Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs came up one win short of an NBA Cup title, but San Antonio's run through the in-season tournament, much of which occurred with Wemby sidelined, put the whole league on notice. Forget the future, the Spurs have arrived. Given that Wembanyama was playing like an MVP candidate when he suffered a calf injury 12 games into the season, most of us just hoped the Spurs could keep their heads above water. But San Antonio didn't simply survive without Wemby. The team thrived. Though underrated pickup Luke Kornet held his own in the middle, the Spurs' defense predictably suffered without Wembanyama, as opponents' rim attempts surged. The offensive end is where the Wemby-less Spurs made hay though, and may have found an identity the big fella can seamlessly fit into. The return of De'Aaron Fox from a hamstring injury just a week before Wembanyama's calf ailment couldn't have come at a better time. Fox carried the load with the big man shelf, sporting a 29% usage rate while averaging roughly 25 points and 7 assists on a career-high 61% true shooting. Fox's pull-up shooting in particular has been stunning. More than half of his field goal attempts have been of the pull-up variety, and he's shooting 41% on pull-up threes. That's a big development for a team that starts the non-shooting Stephon Castle in the same backcourt. It's also a devastating option for Wembanyama to play off of and for opponents to account for. The collective rim pressure created by the guard trio of Fox, Castle, and one of Dylan Harper or Devin Vassell fueled a relentless offense in Wemby's absence. And it's not hard to see how that trio, plus Harrison Barnes, can complement Wembanyama's all-around skill set in an unguardable lineup. Fox's contract extension, which will see him earn roughly 30% to 32% of the salary cap from 2026 through 2030, still seems steep, especially for a non-superstar in the age of aprons. But if he can keep this up, Spurs fans won't have to worry about the price tag. It will also help make one of the team's younger guards, be it Castle, Harper, or preferably Vassell, more expendable in a trade for another all-star. Of course, the Spurs' consistency has been about more than just Fox's return. Barnes has provided timely shooting and veteran stability. Castle is a two-way menace. Harper's a future star. Vassell is a dead-eye shooter. Forwards Julian Champagnie and Keldon Johnson have been solid, no-frills role players. And head coach Mitch Johnson has command of things. There's a reason former Stanford teammate Brook Lopez said he used to refer to Johnson as Maestro.
I prefer to be called Maestro.
Excuse me?
One possession during the Spurs' Cup quarterfinal victory over the Lakers encapsulated how this team has grown. The Lakers had just trimmed what was once a 24-point Spurs lead down to 8 with about 4 minutes to play, and the crowd in Los Angeles was rocking. It seemed like an obvious moment for a timeout, but Johnson trusted his team, and the Spurs rewarded him with a flawless possession. There was no panic as they attacked, forced the Lakers into rotation, and eventually silenced the crowd with a corner three from Fox, who had smartly relocated on a play that included drives from both him and Castle. None of what the Spurs have accomplished seems like the work of pixie dust. They may slow down slightly with their franchise big man back in the lineup, but even that recently increased pace had more to do with Fox's return than Wembanyama's absence. If San Antonio can just plug the best defensive player on the planet into its current setup, they have the makings of a top 5 team as presently constructed. In other words, a contender. That much was on display when San Antonio ended OKC's 16-game win streak and bounced the Thunder from the in-season tournament, during which Wembanyama needed only 21 minutes off the bench to score 22 points and completely take over the game. An injury to their franchise player could have derailed a season filled with promise. Instead, the Spurs' outlook is somehow even brighter today than it was before Wemby went down a month ago. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video and want to see more content like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button.